Simpsons predict the U.S. will be in trouble in 2025, and Springfield becomes part of a major crisis spreading across the country. It begins with Lisa watching the news about widespread power outages. Empty store shelves and rising prices are everywhere. Gas stations run out of fuel. Grocery stores impose limits on how much people can buy, and ATMs stop dispensing money. At the Quick E-Mart, Apu apologizes as customers argue over the last loaf of bread. Phones and the internet stop working for hours, leaving people frustrated and confused about what's happening. The government issues vague announcements, but they provide little clarity or help. By summer, Springfield is in total chaos. Power outages last for days, casting the town in darkness and silence. People begin to trade food and supplies in desperate attempts to survive. Marge tries to keep the family calm, organizing candlelit dinners to make the best of a bad situation. As the episode comes to a close, a haunting scene unfolds. A mysterious drone flies over Springfield, and a flashing sign appears that reads, "Prepare for the new normal," leaving everyone wondering what's to come next in this unsettling future. Comment 2025 for part 2 and follow this account.
Alright, Shalom. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Barakwadash, and next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety. To all you sincere Akim, keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. Alright, this is going to be a reaction to the clip that I played in the introduction of this video. Okay, and I'm going to entitle it The Simpsons Prediction for 2025. Alright. Okay, so in that short clip, we saw many different things. Okay, we saw, widespread power outages, empty store shelves. Okay, money had no effect. All right, people fighting over food, and then mass confusion. All right, which all these things are written of in the scriptures. Okay, these are all things that we prophesy of continuously. All right, just like all the prophets before us and the prophets of old. Okay, they all prophesied of war, evil, and pestilence. Okay, against great countries, kingdoms. All right, the Israelites never prophesied of, good things for the lands that they were held captive in. Okay, and we've been waiting for this time. All right, this time that we're seeing and that we saw portrayed in this clip, all right, is known of as the Great Tribulation or Jacob's Trouble. Okay, and the Simpsons, all right, is known in popular culture to be correct on its predictions. Okay, so Yahweh Ratchazah, this is it, man. All right, Apostle Tahar, he coined this year, okay, the hopeful year of deliverance for the elect and punishment and judgment upon Esau, Edom. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dive right into that topic. And Yahweh Ratchazah, I mean the Heavenly Father's will, is edifying to the elect. All right, so we're gonna start off in right here. I listed off different things that I noticed in the video, and we're gonna go and read that list and then get some scriptures, backing up everything that was brought out, in that commercial. Okay, that these things are in the prophecies. Excuse me, not the commercial, but the clip. All right, that these things are in the prophecies. All right, so once again, first I called out, widespread power outages. All right, empty store shelves, and inflation. All right, they didn't have gas. Okay, people were fighting over food. They had food rationing. All right, ATMs weren't giving money. Okay, because even if you have $1 million in your bank account, if there's no power, the ATMs don't work. Okay, then you're pretty much broke. All right, you can't do anything. It said, they had people fighting over food. All right, and then mass confusion. Okay, so that's the things that we're going to touch on. All right, the first one that I got, all right, widespread power outages. All right, and this is not specifically spoken of, in the prophecies. All right, but okay, you have no power, you have no electronics. All right, you don't have access to the prophecies. If you have a physical Bible, you do, but most people in the world, they can't read it and understand it, so they have to come and watch us on YouTube to be able to try to get the understanding. All right, but that's going to come to an end. Okay, this is Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of the hearing of the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai." Okay, a famine means a lack of. Okay, so there's going to be a lack of the hearing of the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so even if you can read it, It doesn't mean you understand what you're reading. Most people don't. Okay, which is going to lead to that mass confusion that we saw, in that clip. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Okay, why? Because once again, okay, the internet's going to be gone. Ain't going to be no YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, because there ain't going to be no power. All right, you're not going to have cell phones. You won't be able to just look up scriptures. All right, whatever you know, that's what you know. All right. Continuing on, it says, and in that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. Okay, because these prophecies, okay, and really, us breaking it down to you is the living waters going out. It says in John 7:38, I believe, it says that he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Okay, so the prophets, we pour out, that living water. Okay. And once again, you ain't going to be no internet, and you're not going to find the men of the Lord out there on the highways and byways, because that's a part of the famine of the word also. Okay, a lot of people in that time, when mass confusion comes, they're going to be thinking to themselves, oh, I remember those guys talking about something similar to this happening. We got to go try to find them, but you're not going to be able to. All right, that's the reason why we always say this is a limited time offer. You have to get the word while it's hot. All right, if you wait, okay, then when that time comes, you're not going to have any stability in that day, because the knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of your time. All right. Let's go back to the next point. Okay, the next one was empty shelves. Okay, empty store shelves and inflation. All right, we saw them rationing out food. All right, and this is prophesied of in the scriptures. Let's go ahead and get it. Okay, Second Ezra chapter 6, and I start down at verse 22. All right, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. What are the storehouses? Once again, grocery stores, food shelves, food banks, soup kitchens. All right, people are going to be looking for food. All right, and there ain't going to be none. Okay, it's pretty much, if you stored up canned goods in your basement or something like that, maybe you'll have that, but I mean, how long will it be until, people are kicking your door in trying to get to that storage, that food storage that you have, right? All right, it says, continuing on, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. All right, so people are going to be freaking out. Okay, they're going to realize, even in the end of that clip, it said that a drone flew by over the sky, and it had a message saying, welcome to the new normal. Okay, so in other words, welcome to, this is it. Like, you're never going to go back to that comfortability that you had in America, Babylon the Great. Okay, that's pretty much over. All right, that's not gonna, you're never gonna go back to that. All right, whatever you see, this is what it is until the Lord returns, pretty much. All right, which we know, thank the Most High, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai for that. Okay, we know according to the prophecies that the Lord is going to shorten the days, because if He didn't, it says no flesh would survive. I believe that's Matthew the 24th chapter. Brother could put that in the comment section with a timestamp. Baba Kasha. But I'm going to continue on. Okay. It says, verse 24, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Okay, so the people, all right, they're going to be fighting against each other. Why? Because, once again, ain't going to be no food. Okay, you see how people acted when there was no toilet paper. Imagine when there's no food to eat. All right. Verse 25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. All right, so once again, that'll be the end. Okay, when we start to see these things pop off, we know, okay, the end is very, very close. All right, now the third point was ATMs giving no money. Okay, in other words, and pretty much your money becoming worthless. All right, your credit card, debit card, which is where most people store the vast majority of their money. Very few people have large amounts of cash on them readily available. Okay, so when the power goes out, all right, people are gonna be freaking out because, all right, there's not gonna be any money. Ain't gonna be no 911. Okay, a lot of things that we consider luxuries and comforts in a society go based off of power. All right, so the power grid shuts down. It's just pretty much you and whatever you've got in your house. All right, Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 17. It says, all hands shall be feeble and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. All right, and this particular prophecy is really going into the Israelites, but the whole world is going to be facing this. All right, especially here in America, Babylon the Great. It's going to be worst here. All right, it's going to be the worst here. It says, verse 19, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. All right, so, no matter how much money you got in your bank account, all right, when power goes out, okay, your digital money doesn't mean anything, all right, then what's going to happen? Okay, you're going to be left destitute. All right, the only thing you're going to have left is, your relationship with the Lord, whether that be a great one or you have no relationship with him at all. All right, and that's why it says in the scriptures, you shall know in that day who my chosen are. All right, because those who are chosen are going to have protection. They're going to have provision. All right, okay, they'll be able to eat when everybody else is starving out. And this is because it's a stumbling block of their iniquity. Okay, because while the prophets were warning you, not to put your trust in America and Babylon the Great, okay, you were mocking, you were scoffing, you weren't taking it seriously. So when the judgment comes, all right, the Most High is going to make sure that you're not satisfied. He's going to make sure that you're destroyed. It's your punishment for your iniquity. It's a judgment. All right. Now let's continue on. Okay. Point number 4 that I noticed was that people were fighting over food. All right. This is in the prophecies. As I said, okay, how long do you think it's going to be when people raid the grocery stores, they raid the storehouses, and they figure out that, hey, ain't nothing left? Okay, eventually they're going to start going to people's homes. So it tells you that. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, so people are going to rise up and fight against another civil war. This is prophesied all over the scriptures, all right, in various forms. All right, and the swords, the modern day sword is a gun. Okay, a sword is just any instrument of killing. All right, so people are going to stand up and fight against each other for various different reasons. Okay, racial tension, food, all right, whatever it is. All right, you're going to see the dark side of people in that day. All right, and I'm going to skip down, okay, to verse, let's see. Now I keep reading. 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, uprising against the government and invading one another. We're already seeing the sedition, okay, with the whole migrant thing. All right, and invading one another, breaking into each other's homes. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right, the city officials, the state officials, okay, the president. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. People are going to do whatever they want to do. All right, what are you going to do? Call the police? Ain't going to be no phones. Okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because why? They're going to send out the National Guard. Martial law is going to pop off in various cities. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So it all goes back to the pride of the people once again. Okay, what the men of the Lord are out here giving you warning. Okay, you're mocking, scoffing, all right, not believing in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so you're gonna be punished for that. All right. Here's the point. Okay, in verse 19 it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods. Spoil means to rob. Okay, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, great suffering. Okay, so the Lord is gonna take the pride of these people and bring them down very, very low. All right, and pretty much make them become like violent, wild animals. Okay, because He's gonna take everything from them. All right, and people are gonna be wondering in that day. Okay, why is God allowing all these things to happen? That's what they're gonna be saying. Okay, let's go to 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 1. Okay, this is going into the mass confusion. All right, it says, verse 1, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, the signs, okay, the signs that the Lord gives us to let us know we're coming to the close to salvation. It says, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon earth, okay, that obviously people on the earth shall be taken in a great number. All right, that means they're going to be put to death in a great number. All right, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. All right, so the way of truth shall be hidden, and the way of truth is the answers. Okay, the answers to the questions. Okay, why are these things happening? All right, we tell you why each and every single day that these things are happening and why they're going to happen. Okay, because of the world's disobedience, because of, really it's punishment against the heathen nations, but, Jacob is going to receive punishment, okay, because of our disobedience as a people. All right, the 2/3 of our people, they're going to be completely destroyed. All right, and they've had plenty of time to get the truth, but they didn't want it. So when they do want it, the Lord is going to hide it. All right, and the land shall be barren of faith, because it's easy to say you got faith. All right, a lot of people they say they have faith, but it's really just empty words. Okay, it's easy to say that when you living in a nice house, the Lord has blessed you with a career, a beautiful family, all these things. But how are you going to react when all hell breaks loose, when you lose everything? Okay, that's the difference between people who truly have faith and those who don't. Okay, those who truly have faith, we already don't, we're already not expecting anything out of this society. Okay, whatever the Lord gives us, we're fine with that. But our bread and butter is not, in this world. Our bread and butter comes from these prophecies, these scriptures. All right, so we're looking forward to it, actually. Okay, most people that so-called are religious in the world, they're not thinking about death and destruction. Okay, because they've been fed lies that the Most High is not a man of war. Okay, that He would never do these things. But all you got to do is look around you at reality. You see these things happen each and every day. So I don't know why, I don't know where they got that from. Well, actually, I do know they got it from Esau. Okay, because Esau, that's what he does. He speaks of peace, and then he brings the sword, which is exactly what he's getting ready to do. Okay, and those who don't know that, all right, you're gonna lose faith, because you're gonna be thinking to yourself, why would the Lord allow these things to happen? All right, verse 2, 2 Ezra 5:2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. So a time like never before. Iniquity, meaning lawlessness, okay, chaos. People are going to become psychotic in that day. All right, okay, and that's pretty much, those are the things I noticed. I'm gonna read over that list again. Widespread power outages were spoken of in that clip. Empty store shelves and inflation. All right, your ATM gives you no money. Okay, your money doesn't mean anything anymore. People fighting over food, and then of course mass confusion. All right, and the scriptures talk about these things. Okay, once again, I showed you in the scriptures. Now, most people in the world, they don't think these things are gonna happen. All right, but this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So when they think it's all good, okay, most people in this society are not looking forward to these things happening. Okay, they're praying for peace and safety. They're proclaiming peace and safety in 2025, right? That's when sudden destruction shall come upon them. Okay, and it says they shall not escape. But verse 4, it says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. Okay, a thief comes unexpectedly. We know exactly what's going on because we're not in darkness. Okay, we've been spiritually awakened and brought into the light. All right, it says, ye are children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And that's what we do. We're the watchmen. Okay, constantly telling you what's going on, telling you what the Bible says is going to happen, and to keep your mind focused on that, prepared for that, okay, spiritually and mentally. And that's pretty much what it is. Okay, if you're not doing that, then the day is going to overtake you as a thief in the night, and whatever happens to you, happens to you. Okay, the Lord gave you the key, He gave the way out, which is through Him, but you didn't want to focus on that. You trusted in this world. So, hey, once again, whatever happens to you, happens to you. This is Ezekiel 7:25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Okay, when it finally hits, once again, everybody's going to be freaking out, confused, crying out, why are these things happening? We've been telling you, but you didn't take heed. You'll find out the hard way. Okay, verse 26, it says, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then, okay, at that time shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest and the counsel from the ancients. So then, once again, they're going to come running trying to find out what's going on, but it's going to be too late. Okay, so as I said before, you got to get it while it's hot. Okay, because coming a time where, these things are going to hit the fan, and they're going to come suddenly like a thief in the night. And in one day, it only takes 24 hours for the Lord to change the world forever. All right, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So stay watching, stay sober in the mind, spiritually, okay, and cleave unto Yahweh Shem Shai, And Yahweh righteous, I mean the Heavenly Father's will, may you be delivered. All right, so I'm going to close out with that. Okay, if you were edified, feel free to drop a line down in the comment section. As always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And until next time, Shalom.